Hello and welcome to a brand new video. Today it will be a rather short video because I will just talk a little bit about a certain dramatic incident that happened on my property yesterday, and um, and it it's a drama that happened between two blackbirds and a magpie, and I will talk a little bit more what happened later in the video. So stay tuned for that. By the way, if you are new to this channel, my name is Børre. I am a biologist, and I spend half the year in Spain in my motorhome and half the year in Western Norway in an ordinary house. And in this channel, I will take you with me on different hikes and trips with my motorhome, and always focus about biology and the interesting things that we see in nature. The last year I have had a couple of blackbirds living in my garden. Blackbirds are territorial and their preferred habitat often includes gardens. When people mow their lawns during summer, the blackbirds feed on various insects and earthworms that are exposed. So I was expecting that there was a nest somewhere in my garden this spring.
Well, as you can see behind this birch tree, there is a big pile of branches and twigs that I put there after I had been cut down my firewood, and it was here the drama suddenly started. Unfortunately, this happened so quickly that I was not able to take any videos of it. But what happened was that there was a huge battle in between all these twigs, between two blackbirds and a magpie. And obviously, I knew immediately there had to be a nest inside this pile of branches.
I immediately started moving across my garden towards this pile of the twigs and branches, and I could see that there was a battle going on between a magpie and two blackbirds, and obviously these blackbirds were extremely angry and were attacking this magpie, who finally decided to leave the premises and move away. And the two blackbirds, they followed after this magpie. When I got closer to this pile of branches and twigs, I noticed that there was a very quiet situation here. There were no sounds, nothing to hear, and I did, after a couple of minutes, manage to find the nest of the blackbirds that was inside. And I can't really put any footage of this on the internet because of YouTube regulations, but it was not a pretty sight to see what was inside the nest. There were one or two dead blackbird chicks there, and it was not a pretty sight. I finally decided to move away from the nest because obviously the chicks were not alive, and there was nothing I could do to help any of these birds. So I decided to go home again and let nature do its thing. But after around well 3, 5, 4 minutes, the magpie returned to this place, and the fight continued inside and around this pile of twigs and branches. And I decided to go back again and see what's going on there. And I found that the magpie had returned and probably took away one of the dead chicks. And the magpie, of course, brought them home to his own nest where he's got his own chicks. So there was another commotion there. And finally, I decided that I had to check a little further on, and I found that there was another dead chick in the nest. I removed that and decided to bury that dead chick. And eventually, underneath all these dead chicks, there was one survivor, and probably there were more survivors inside this pile of twigs, because normally they would have more than 3 chicks. There would normally be 2 or 3 more chicks in such a nest. So probably some of the chicks had jumped off the nest and were hiding inside the pile, and that is obviously a good choice for them because they were not reachable for any predators at that time. I also decided to return to the site, and in order to protect the surviving chicks, I decided to put some extra twigs, some extra branches outside of the pile of branches, and in order to prevent the magpie to return and kill the surviving chick. As you understand, nature can be a cruel place also sometimes. And I have been debating myself whether I should publish this kind of content on my channel. But I feel that it's also important to show the reality of life, that outside there in nature, things like this happen all day long. It is a common occurrence. And there is suffering involved for the victims of predators, but that is how nature works, unfortunately. The magpie is not a typical predator, but they are a very opportunistic species. They're very intelligent and smart, and they take the chances when they get it. But there's a risk connected with this behavior also. They can get injured, and because they were being attacked by these angry blackbirds in this case. And but the reward, of course, for the magpie is that they get food for their own chicks that are hungry, waiting in their nest. So this is how nature works, and I have concluded that this is the reality that I also have to cover on this channel. I decided not to return to the nest because I didn't want to disturb the traumatized blackbird family unnecessarily. However, the next day I noticed that the parents were still out there looking for food. I could also see that they brought food with them and flew in the direction of the nest. This may indicate that the surviving chicks were taken care of by the parents. And that is really good news. Well, this concludes this little video of today. And there was a little bit drama, as I told you yesterday, with the blackbirds and the magpie. And today, to give you a small update, today I've been checking and watching this pile of the branches where the nest is situated, and I have seen that there is activity there, and the blackbirds are busy feeding someone inside this pile. So I think there is a happy ending to the survivors of this dramatic event. Well, I hope that you enjoy this content that I'm presenting, and please give me a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Then I wish you a beautiful day, and remember to be active in nature and stay curious.